What is up, everybody? Liam Murphy here, back with another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing my Pick'ems win last night. Going to talk a little bit of DFS after Monday Night Football. I'm going to take a look at DraftKings Rainmakers. Before I go forward, I want to mention that this stream is sponsored by UnderdogFantasy.com. You can use promo code ChessLiam to get up and running there for a $100 deposit match if you've not been up and running on the site. Hope everyone's having a great Tuesday. I myself having a pretty good day. Just talking about my NFL, or first I'll review the team and discuss the process, and then I'll review how DFS and gambling's been going for me. Let's share this. Okay, so I've bet on 2 pick'ems so far this year. So I wanted to talk about my win, talk about my thoughts behind the pick'ems. I'm going to start doing a pick'em show here. Not sure what day I'm going to do that, maybe Thursday. But you can see here, I made 5 picks for $10,000 to win. And I'll show you guys how pick'em works if you've never seen it before later. But I bet $500. So it's pretty steep, and you got to get all 5 right. So it's a 5-pick parlay is what that means. And I did lower on Derrick Henry, 88.5 rushing yards. He got 25. Higher on Steph Diggs, receiving yards at 72.5. He got 148. Higher on Josh Allen total yards, so passing and running, at 312. He got 327 before he got pulled for the fourth quarter. So a little fortunate there. Higher on Quez Watkins, 19.5 receiving yards. He got 69. Shout out. And higher on Dawson Knox, 33.5 receiving yards. And he got 41. So obviously, to anyone new, getting all 5 picks correct is difficult. And if you don't, for example, the other pick'em I did this year, I did another $500 bet. And you can see I got 4 out of 5 correct. So did higher, lower, lower, got all 4 correct. CEH beat me on the fantasy points. A little lesson for me is to not do fantasy points lowers. It's easier to do rushing yard lowers because if you fall in the end zone, it's easy to go over. So could have had another win there, but talking through the thoughts on this lineup first is I made this bet a little bit early in the day yesterday. And in general, I'm going to talk about some best practices for pick'ems, in my opinion. But I made this bet before Gabriel Davis got ruled out for Monday Night Football. And I made this bet with the thought that he would get ruled out, that he would not be playing on the game. And that is why I went higher on Knox and Diggs, with the thought being if Gabriel Davis is not out there running, I knew Stephon Diggs would get more work, and he did. And I knew Dawson Knox played all the snaps week 1, just didn't get any targets because against the Rams, he blocked more. But I put the higher on him. He got there. Again, the Bills didn't play the fourth quarter, so they easily got here. And then Josh Allen, I just, I thought around 300 passing yards was reasonable. Get 20 rushing yards, and he'll, go over this higher. And he got there easily in the third quarter. You want to be correlating your pick'ems, right? So if you go higher on Josh Allen and then you go lower on one of the wide receivers, that doesn't make the most sense. So since I went higher on Josh, I also took 2 higher on 2 of his pass catchers, being with the logic that if Josh hits his numbers, so should 2 of his pass catchers. Derrick Henry lower, I think, also makes sense with the Bills hires, where if Josh Allen and the Bills are passing all over the Titans, it means that Derrick Henry probably is not getting going on the ground. And if the Bills are putting up points, well, it means the Titans aren't going to be able to run the ball like they want to. I also knew that the Bills D-line I knew that the Bills D-line was much better this year compared to years past. And last time Derrick Henry played the Bills, he ran all over them. And I think there's some like historical things like that baked into early prop lines. So I knew the Bills D-line, even without Ed Oliver, was really strong, and it was very unlikely Derrick Henry was going to run all over them. I want to note that with Derrick Henry, there also was a alternative line for like under 100 passing and rushing yards. I took lower on the rushing yards with the thought being I didn't want Derrick Henry to get one fluke pass that goes for 60 yards or something, and then it's tougher to win. Now, that would have won too, but and then the Quez Watkins higher is I was playing Quez Watkins a lot in DFS. So I knew it was a bad bet if he doesn't get 19 yards. B, I knew that he was comfortably the third wide receiver for the Eagles, and that the amount of targets that A.J. Brown got week 1 was probably a little unusual. So I knew he would be on the field a lot, and that I knew he'd be on the field a lot, and that, the ball's going to get spread around a little bit more. I also knew that the Vikings corners are, a little suspect. That D for a long time has been giving up big pass plays to pass catchers. Quez did catch one long bomb in this game for a touchdown, but week 1, Christian Watson of the Packers dropped like an 80-yard bomb against the Eagles. So I knew if a guy was going to get open deep, it would be Quez. He catches one ball. He should be able to get there. He comfortably went over his higher there. So this actually hit in the third quarter for me. So that was nice to have a pretty sweat-free. It was looking good at the half. If you follow me on Twitter at Chesleyum, it looked like it was going to hit. And so feels good to book a W. Again, the thought process on this one was like, I'll talk because you shouldn't just be blindly picking pick'ems. And a lesson for me is like, just pick the ones I'm comfortable with, where I felt good about 4 of these. CEH, I was just kind of hoping, but like Troutman, it was the thought that there's like 3 tight ends for them. Bryan Edwards, I didn't draft in best ball at all. Jerick McKinnon, I drafted a lot in best ball, thought he'd be the third down back. And then TJ Hawkinson, I just, I'm not that impressed by. And as long as he doesn't fall in the end zone, I thought that was good. And so would have liked to have found a 5th guy I feel good about over CEH, but we'll improve with that. So arguable how profitable it is picking 5-player pick'ems in the long run. Obviously I hit here in week 2, but it's tough. So if you want to do pick'ems, I'm going to be doing a show where I probably do some pick'ems, probably do some of the drafts on Underdog. Maybe I'll do those Thursday or something like that. Reviewing my week 1 overall, or my NFL bets overall, is I won money Thursday Night Football with the Bills, and then I lost money the main slate week 1. I lost money the main slate week 2, and then I won some money last night. I had some real sweats in DFS where I was like one of the only people to play Quez Watkins in DFS. And so I almost had a really big night. And I'm someone who usually is searching for those top heavy prizes. And, the reality is you're just going to lose most of the time. And so, in the third quarter, it was looking real good. I was like top of the leaderboards. I had unduped lineups in the Millie Maker. I had a shot at 100K. I had a shot at a ticket. Those didn't hit. Ended up losing a little money in DFS. But with my pick'em win, I booked a profit. I also bought some DraftKings Rainmakers cards. And in general, right now, I would not recommend investing in these unless you have some exposable income. It's kind of a weird ecosystem too, where if other people are playing it, it's less EV for you. So like the more people that play it, the worse it is for you if you have cards. I think I'm still I won 5K in the winner take all. So that was nice to get there with some Adam Thielen garbage time. You can also see I played Von Miller. which I guess is just a proxy for the Bills defense when you play a defensive guy. Not really clear to me there. I had to buy that card yesterday at a little bit of inflation. And same with Miles Sanders. I had to buy him. But obviously Josh Allen to Diggs, and then 0.9% on Von Miller. So maybe I'll get into some Rainmakers content later. I bought mostly elite cards. I think the Legendary and the Rainmakers cards are way too expensive. So long run, I don't think it's profitable to play these Rainmakers. It's nice that I booked this 5K win. It means that I might be able to eke out a profit on the season now on them. And this is winner take all. So second place, this guy got $0. So that would have sucked. Real fortunate to book a win here. And now I'm kind of free rolling my Rainmakers, hopefully. Probably still a little bit in the hole, but obviously I have a lot of cards I could sell. And I got some of my cards a little bit cheaper. Like I got Amon Ra before he got expensive. And so we'll see how Rainmakers turns out. The basic thought process for me with Rainmakers is, I won some money playing Best Ball Mania 2, won $1 million there. So figured I'd invest early and see if it was lane overlay. If I could go back in time, maybe I would have invested, but who knows? If we can bank some money there, it's all gravy. So those were the wins there. Let's take a look at pick'ems just to explain it for anyone that's not done it. So you do not have to pick 5 players like I did. 5 players is the max, and you can see there are multipliers here, 3x, 6x, 10x, 20x. My thoughts with the pick'ems is, in general, you probably want to be making your picks as soon as possible. On the other hand, like right now, their early pick'em guys are only mainstay fantasy names. Later in the week, they sometimes will post the lines of these like obscure guys, and those are guys I like to hit the under on. So like I showed you that pick'em earlier where it had like Adam Troutman and stuff like that. I don't think they do those early in the week. But whatever. If Cooper Kupp was questionable to play, maybe then that would be a time you bet an early over on Allen Robinson. Now, that's a risk because if a player gets ruled out, it drops down to a 4-1. But yeah, so you just pick the pick'ems tab. It's strictly, there's higher and lower. So it's just like, will he get more than 53.5 receiving yards? There's also rivals, which lets you pick one player over the other. So sometimes I like to do the rivals. I'm only an NFL guy, and you can see they don't have that many rivals in right now, but I'll probably get one pick'em in for Thursday night football if there's let's do one right now. I don't think I'm going to make the bet, but I'm just going to show you guys how it works. So looking at this number is really low, 56.5 for a guy playing all the snaps. We're going to go higher on 54.5 receiving yards from Deontay. The Jets just threw all over Cleveland with Joe Flacco. So, come on, Mitch, show me something. We're also going to go, let's higher on the Najee rushing. And you can see their game logs here. So, 89 scrimmage yards. He had, I guess they have a preseason game in here. I don't know. This is kind of scary. Maybe not higher on him. I guess I see why it's so low. The targets, though, only had 5 and 2 receptions. This number's pretty low if he's going to be getting targets, 17.5 receiving yards. And guys, these can change, by the way, if you're watching this on replay. So if you see a pick'em posted by me and then you're like, well, that number changed. Well, that can happen. There's not a ton that stick out to me that I love. 27 pass attempts. It's a number I might take the under on. Yeah, I mean, this is the one I feel best about right now. I think the Nick Chubb over rushing yards. Yeah, let's take that. Or maybe the rush attempts. No, let's take the over on the rushing yards. And so, yeah, you got to be picky on these because so you could see right now it's saying 3x. So I could just bet 2 of them. I could bet max 500 and that would pay 1,500. I don't know what the insurance is. I guess you need 3 picks to do that. But let's add some more guys. And you can mix and match games. So you don't have to do it all from the same night. You can do Sunday night guys. You can do baseball. You can do racing. You can do college football, soccer, whatever you want there. Whatever. Let's just stick some guys in here that I feel okay about at knee jerk reactions. The only way this doesn't hit is if they like smash him and they get yanked early. There's not that many NFL pick'em lines in here. I'll have to check with Underdog when those drop, but let's just stick some names in here for now. I like Marquise and let's go higher there. Now, in general, you want to be betting unders. You can see I did 5 overs, but in general, you want to be betting unders because a player can get injured in a game. Usually there's more public money on the over. But another thing you can do is you can look at the player prop numbers at different books. And, Underdog's going to adjust their numbers based on the money they're receiving. So if, we look at a book and it has the passing yards for Justin Herbert, maybe a more liquid book at like 300, and Underdog has it listed at 285, well, then we can comfortably take the over there. It doesn't mean it's going to win, but we know that we're getting a great number on it. On the other side, if we look at Justin Herbert and it says 285, and then we look at DraftKings player props and it's listed at 270, well, then we know that Underdog is really listing a high because a lot of people just want to bet high. They want to pick higher on their platform. And generally, people want to pick overs. They don't want to bet under, right? You don't want to bet against players. You want to bet with players. So whatever. This is one I would maybe make. I would recommend you make your bets as soon as possible because numbers can change. But at the same time, with the main slate, I think you can just choose 5 you like. Now, again, I guess the insurance just makes it that you only need 4 to hit. And so you win with 4, but you also win with 5. But it goes from winning 10K to 5K. So I don't know about long run what the math is on that, but that is my pick 'em win and a little review of pick'ems. Again, promo code Chesliam on Underdog Fantasy will get anyone who is seeing this that's not Underdog a deposit match. Yeah, Prize Picks is another good comp site to check out there. But wanted to spend the rest of this video just quickly reviewing the content I have planned for this week, and maybe give a couple more DFS thoughts and some best ball thoughts because we started as a best ball channel. Best ball is going good for me right now. It's really early. It's really meaningless to say that, but it's going good at the moment. The plan for my content is tomorrow. I'm going to have more of an entertainment stream with my cousin where we're going to have a show every Wednesday where we pick the NFL games against the spread. We're going to pick the whole slate. We're going to keep track of that in an Excel thing that I'll show to you guys. So tune into that show tomorrow. Not sure what time that's going to be because my cousin has a real job. And so going to need to schedule that around him. Thursday, I think I'll do a little cram for Showdown and also a little Thursday night contest, perhaps. Oh, they spelled this wrong. Sunday? What is Sunday? Oh, Tuesday night time, Sunday night. Oh, interesting. Might do a Battle Royale or whatnot on Underdog on Thursday, but going to review the Thursday night game and some players I like for Thursday night. Not a game that I want to bet that much action on. I just don't have a great read on Steelers versus Browns, as you can be shocked by. Friday, Pat Corain and I can have Pat on my channel, and we're going to run through the whole DFS slate for Sunday. And then Sunday morning, I think for an hour, maybe from like 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m., going to talk through any start sits, any DFS, anything like that. So hope you guys enjoyed this short video. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this content. It is free, as always. Got big things coming down the pipe. Again, I've not been doing content because I was at a wedding and whatnot, but nice to book a little win last night. Always gamble responsibly. Tell your parents you love them, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.